Straight ahead on the Valley today, masks are back for a majority of students in the metro. We'll tell you who's requiring them and who is saying no way.
Plus, questions still linger about that plane crash in West Fargo that left a man trapped inside the wreckage. And we're following breaking news from Washington, D.C., where the Senate passed a $3.5 trillion budget bill overnight. But first, back to masks will be required in Fargo Public Schools for the upcoming school year. That hot topic was discussed and, of course, that was split among the community and the school board last night. Board members considered a number of COVID-19 cases that popped up over the summer without any mask guidance. While there were only a handful of cases early in the season, school health officials have noticed a trend of increasing cases in just the last couple weeks.
Health professionals were also brought in to argue why following the recommendations from the CDC is the right move for the school board.
The Delta variant is many times more transmissible than the initial Alpha variant of SARS-CoV-2, with an attack rate of 6 to 10 per person, which makes it about as contagious as chickenpox.
Some school board members accused fellow board member Tracy Newman of having a conflict of interest in the decision, as she is an employee of Fargo-Cass Public Health.
Meanwhile, in the West Fargo Public School District, students and staff will not be required to mask up. More than 1,000 staff members and 5,000 families responded to 2 questions on a district survey.
Now, that first question in the survey asked if they believe the school district should follow all recommendations from the CDC and Fargo-Cass Public Health. 59% of staff and 63% of families said no.
The next question asked if the school district should have the ability to make their own decisions. A whopping 74% of staff and 76% of families said yes.
And in Grand Forks, masks will be optional. Dozens spoke on the topic at Monday's school board meeting. Take a listen to what they had to say.
They didn't complain about it. They didn't take their masks off and say they weren't going to wear them. We just made it a thing. It wasn't a big deal.
We've had over 550 people in the past week sign a petition saying, please unmask our children. And that was just through word of mouth.
This is supposed to save your life. Here's a clean pair of underwear. If I fart through this in my jeans, are you going to smell it? This is garbage. It does nothing.
Across the river in East Grand Forks, the school board hasn't decided yet. It's holding a special meeting next Tuesday morning to consider the matter.
Other major school district, Moorhead says it's optional. Fergus Falls and Detroit Lakes the same, but as we know, things could change quickly. We now want to get a check, though, of your forecast on this Wednesday morning with meteorologist Lisa Green. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning. We've been enjoying a beautiful sunrise in places like Grand Forks on our view at Home of Economy. The one good thing here is that we've got that sun shining brightly. It's not being obscured by wildfire smoke, even close to the horizon, which is a good sign that we've got some clearer air and better air quality. And we have reports of good air quality here in the valley this morning. Temperatures are 50s and 60s at 60 degrees in Fargo, 56 in Grand Forks, looking at 63 in Wadena and 55 in Devil's Lake to start off. So a nice quiet start. The wind is a little lighter. There are a couple of spots, Roseau back over to Detroit Lakes, where we're reporting some winds gusting into the teens, but that's it right now. Now it does pick up again later today. We're going to watch some gusts going into the 20s and up to about 30 miles per hour again. It's a little breezy, a little brisk, but lots of sun coming our way, especially in the first half of the day. Now that those showers have moved on, some of us picked up a 1/10 of an inch to about a 1/10 of an inch of rain. Not a lot, but that was nice to see a little bit of bonus rain move through overnight last night with that front. And some folks are going to get some very heavy rain coming up here in the coming days. That tropical tracker, again, we're watching this storm right here. This is Fred off the coast of Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic, and watch the track on this. It's a tropical storm now. It may weaken as it moves over all these islands here in Cuba and the Bahamas, but then it starts to re-intensify and it makes that turn. Right now it looks like it's going to be affecting the Gulf Coast of Florida and working its way up along the Gulf Coast there, heading into the weekend and to start next week. So something to watch if you've got family and friends down there. there, or maybe you've got plans to head in that direction. That's our tropical storm, the next one starting to ramp back up this season in the south. Here in the valley, much quieter. We're talking about temperatures today that are going to be climbing as we step out the door, back into the 70s to some low 80s. We'll start with some sunny conditions here today. This afternoon, more clouds, and that chance for a sprinkle or a light rain shower later on this evening with the passage of another cold front. That will clear this evening, and then behind that, we cool down slightly back into the upper 70s for highs to round out the week. More sun and 80s returning for the weekend.
All right, Lisa, thank you very much for following the weather today.
We have a single engine light plane, pilot strap. We are performing extrication with West Fargo Rural at this time.
The investigation continues today into what caused a plane crash near West Fargo yesterday afternoon. It happened near the city just west of the city near 12th Avenue Northwest. Officers say a single-engine aircraft hit the top of a tree row and then crashed into a nearby field.
It took crews more than 40 minutes to get the pilot out of the plane. First responders say the pilot, who's in his 60s, has extensive injuries to his legs. His name is expected to be released a little later today.
Crews worked for several hours to put out a fire in Bemidji spanning 2 acres. It's north of the North Country Park. Ground crews are working to put out hot spots while DNR airplanes are dumping water in hopes of gaining control of the flames.
Also, the Beltrami County Sheriff's Office is now asking people to stop calling dispatch to complain about those low-flying planes. The Sheriff's Office says the inconvenience of the noise is worth it to save lives and property. And dispatchers are having to put the victims of actual crimes or medical issues on hold to handle the increase in calls.
The end of summer can be a sad time for children, but the West Fargo Library is celebrating with an end of summer bash.
The Valley Today's Brian Sherrod joins us live with a preview this morning. Good morning, Brian.
And good morning, Jordan and Lisa. We never want to say the summer is ending, but of course, going to a bash always makes it fun. Of course, I'm also here with Carissa Henson to talk all about this summer bash. Thank you for being here with me this morning. You know, this is one of the many fun things that people can do at the Red Fest coming up. I guess talk a little bit about it.
Yeah, so we have our end of summer celebration happening. We are calling on the community, come out, celebrate with us. You did a great job having fun, meeting new people, reading all summer long. So join us at Rendezvous Park. 5:30 p.m. We're going to have performances, inflatable games, face painting, story time. So it's really an event for the whole family. So come on out.
The best part is, of course, kids can enjoy, you know, games like this for free. I know we were playing right before it happened. I don't know if I'm winning right now, but why is it? A little competition, even though you're winning. Why is it important to be able to celebrate kids reading over the summer?
Yeah, well, one of the things we want to do is we really want to build a community of engaged learners. We want kids to be self-motivated to learn. And so one of the ways that we do that is we have engaging physical activities, social activities. That's really what we're trying to do with the bus. We see kids who come, maybe are behind in reading, and the program supports them by it's creating a social opportunity for them. They meet new people, they have fun, they play games, they're just more motivated to keep reading and learning. So that's kind of part of the magic of what we're doing. So we're extending that to the community by having a big bash tomorrow.
I like that, of course. Thank you for being here with me this morning. And of course, you can see all the information on valleynewslive.com about the bash and also about the Little Red Reading Bus. Jordan and Lisa, we're going to toss it back to you for now.
Brian Sherrod reporting live for us. Thank you.
Breaking news from overnight, Democrats have pushed a $3.5 trillion framework for bolstering family services, health, and the environment. And that's a program that went through the Senate. The chamber's party line approval of the budget resolution advances President Joe Biden's expansive vision for reshaping federal priorities.
And it happened just hours after senators handed him a triumph on a companion $1 trillion infrastructure package. The budget's passage was crucial for a president and party set on training the government's fiscal might at assisting families, creating jobs, and fighting climate change. New York Lieutenant Governor Kathy Hochul is preparing to take the reins of power after Governor Andrew Cuomo announced he would resign from office. The Western New York Democrat will become New York's first female governor in 2 weeks following an unorthodox transition period where Cuomo has said he will stay on and work to ease her into the job.
Hochul said in a statement that she was prepared to lead. Cuomo said he would resign rather than face a likely impeachment trial over allegations that he sexually harassed several women. He denies touching anyone inappropriately.
A Wilkin County deputy is being hailed a hero after saving the life of someone off duty. On July 4th, there was a call to Blue Eagle Lake about a person wrapped up in weeds and underneath the water.
Deputy Ryan Beatty wasn't on duty but lives close to the lake and jumped into action. He untangled the swimmer and then brought them to shore, saving that person's life. And this week, the city of Barnesville recognized him and gave him that Lifesaver Award.
Let's get our answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. Today's question: more than 70% of us don't know this about our next door neighbor.
The answer, their last name. Remember, you can play along every day. The Today Show and CBS This Morning are just about to start. The Valley Today rolls on. Catch us on the Fargo CW.